Tuesdays, 9 p.m. on TV 33. Join me, Barry Ross, on Mixing It Up. We'll feature informative community organizations that will offer solutions to Wayne County residents in reference to employment, safety, and security within neighborhoods, job training, education, and mentoring programs. Remember, Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Join me, Barry Ross, Mixing It Up on TV 33. My name is Barry Ross, and you're watching Mixing It Up, and we come to you live on TV 33. We're on the World Wide Web at TV33WHPR.com. We also simulcast on Comcast in Detroit, most areas in Detroit, on Channel 20. Now, if you don't have cable and you don't have satellite and you got the digital box, you can catch us on TV 33 UHF. We'd like you to realize that this is a community show. We want you to call us. We want your opinions. We want your ideas. We want your thoughts. All these numbers are 313-868 prefixes, and they are 0342 0351 868 4336. This show is live, and tonight I'll take my show, put it on a DVD, and it goes on YouTube at ROSSB like boy, D like David 51, Ross BD 51. Everything I've ever done in the community, on the streets, on this show, everything's on YouTube. And we have a Facebook page, Mixing It Up. There's a permanent video player. You know how, like, if you get a lot of action on your Facebook player page, the more people that post, the posts start to move down, and you have to go back and find them. The video player is stationary. So you join Mixing It Up, and you hit the word video, and you can watch all the shows. I want to welcome you once again. I want to welcome anybody new that hasn't seen the show. And without you, I'm nothing. I'm only as good as my guests and the content of these shows are the people that I bring to you to inform you. Tonight, as you know, we work hand in hand with Crime Stoppers. We've partnered up with them, and every other week, unfortunately, I have a family that has lost a loved one to a nature of violence. Now, this week, this is a first. I have a family here. I have a mother, Lisa Sandoval, and her fiance, Yale. Lisa and Yale lost their son, Chris, March 3rd, on the east side of Detroit. He was 10 years old. He was taking out the trash, and a truck hit him. And we have no idea who the person is. This family needs to know who took away their 11-year-old, 10-year-old little boy. Wait till you see his picture. He was all over the news on Fox 2. There's a reward. What is it, $1,000? $2,500 reward. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Crime Stoppers. His name was Chris. He was an adorable little boy. I can't believe this. So in a few minutes, we're going to talk to his surviving mother and her fiance. We also have tonight Osborne High School on the east side of Detroit is putting together a Youth for Violence event this Saturday. It's going to be off the hook. They're having a panel. They're going to have speakers, workshops, and I have 4 young people that are responsible for putting this together. The teachers didn't put this together. The students did. And you know, a lot's been going on around Osborne for quite a while. They had been patrolled. There's a lot of violence. The 300 was over there patrolling. We boarded up houses over there. There's nothing but all kinds of decay and violence, and these children should not be dying. The children are too young to be going out at the ages that they go out. I also have tonight, I got an amazing young lady, Erica Muria. She's the founder of Supreme Transitions. I have to tell you, and I just read a little bit about her today. I don't know how she manages to do all this work. She has so many outreach programs under this umbrella. Wait till you hear her tonight. I'm very interested about these programs, and we're going to find out more about it at 10 o'clock. Tonight, again, I have to make a plea for my friend Leanne Katzman, who needs a liver transplant. She's running out of time. She's on borrowed time. Now, Leanne has given half her life to working with recovering drug addicts and clients that have AIDS, HIV. She's a giver. We want to help save her life. She can't wait much longer. One day, I don't know how much longer I'm going to continue to be able to make these announcements. There is a new program, I know this is a lot to ask, where you can donate a portion, a slice of your liver, and it regenerates extremely fast in the recipient. If you qualify, if you're between 18 to 50, and you have the right tissue and blood match, and you want to do something for this lady, my God, I'm asking you, I'm pleading with you. I know it's a lot to ask, and if I could, I would. You call Nemi Beltrain at Henry Ford Hospital, 313-916-1826. 916-1826. You're going to ask for Nemi, and you're going to tell me you want to get involved with trying to figure out if they can take a portion of your liver and help save Leanne's life. All right, 916-1826. I'm going to continue to announce this until we have some favorable results. Now, we now know there's roughly 115,000 abandoned homes in the city of Detroit. They're not getting taken care of. We're talking about houses with no front doors, half an edifice, houses that have been set on fire for various reasons, sometimes deliberately, sometimes by accident, and they're standing there where children are going to school and getting snatched up, and perpetrators are having their way with these children. Rapes, murders. We boarded up a house where there was a body from a high school on the east side. There was a shooting in this house. We boarded it up. We continue to board them up, but our problem is we can't help save your area unless we have funding. We're out of cash. Minister Shabazz and I and our men, we paid for the first 8 houses. We can no longer pay for houses for the city of Detroit that can't even supply us with any kind of equipment. We need help. We have a PayPal account. You can go to Barry Ross / Greater Detroit Restoration Project on PayPal. Give us $5. You can send us a check to GDRP, GDRP, 17301 Livernois, Suite 405, Detroit 48221. And incidentally, Minister Shabazz called me earlier. You all, if you pay attention, we're pretty close friends, to say the least. Calls me and says, I might have some good news for you. Well, a donor gave us $200 today, and I'm telling you, I'm about to cry. It's the first donation we've had in many, many months. And we want to thank Best Buy Carpets. They are on East 7 Mile, 16900 West 7 Mile. Or is it East 7 Mile? West 7 Mile. Here's their phone number, 313-303-2405. I want to meet you. I'm coming to your store. And we appreciate this. The city of Detroit appreciates it. We appreciate the love. And I want to do whatever I can to send you some business. Anybody that's supporting us, we want to support you. Best Buy Carpets on 7 Mile, 16900. I have to get the gentleman's name that owns the carpet place. I want to thank him. So without you, we can't do it. We all need to work together, and for some reason, we're having problems between the churches working together, between the police and the communities, between the government and Lansing, which is literally gobbling up everything in the city of Detroit and taking it over. The schools are closing. We just found out today there's a real good chance that they're going to close another school for disabled children. What? We're talking about children with one arm or paralyzed all kinds of disabled problems in their body. And they have houses around there that are abandoned where prostitutes were taking the Johns into these houses around the school. I found that they have no police presence. And wonderful Mr. Roy Roberts tomorrow is going to announce, he's coming to the school, and he's going to announce whether he's going to close his school or not. These children have nowhere to go. There's 130 disabled children in this one school. I have had it. I have really had it. I'm very disappointed. I'm ashamed to have had a business in this city for 96 years, downtown Detroit, and see what's going on in this city. We should all be embarrassed. Okay, so right now, I want to introduce to you Lisa Sandoval. Did I say it right, Lisa?
Yes.
And Yale, what's Yale's last name?
Sedgman.
Sedgman. Thank you for coming tonight.
You're welcome.
And you are the mom?
Yes.
And you are the fiance of Lisa.
Yes.
Thank you for coming. Of Chris Sandoval. And he got killed March 3rd last month. What street was that on?
Bringard and Cordell.
Say that.
Bringard and Cordell.
And what time of day? I'm just going to show this. This is a $2,500 Crime Stoppers reward. What do you know about Crime Stoppers and these phone numbers? Do you know what the story is on their phone number? It's anonymous?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's completely anonymous. Nobody has to give their names or anything.
Okay.
Just what you know
And
that happened.
do you know, look how cute he is. I mean, really. And not only that, when you go to collect the money at the bank, they give you a number. They still don't know your identity.
Nope.
Okay? Somebody on, was it Bringard or Bringarden?
It was Bringard.
Bringard. What time of day was this and what was going on?
It was 1:20 in the afternoon. We had him take the garbage out from upstairs, and we heard noises out there, and we heard like scraping. The truck jumped our curve, hit him, and probably sent him 200 feet to the corner. Left him there, and
200 feet.
yeah, he was at the corner.
Was this? Would you assume this guy was drinking?
Either doing drugs or drinking.
Yeah.
He dragged a body.
Yep.
I am so sorry.
And he took the dumpster around the corner and then relieved the dumpster from underneath his truck.
Kleenex. Oh my God. Tell me about your son. Let's start. Let's see. He was 10.
Yes.
So he was born in 1993.
No, 2002.
I'm sorry, 2002.
Yes.
And where did he go to school?
Clintondale Middle School.
And he looks like he was a very good young man, good student.
Oh yeah, definitely. He was a jokester.
Okay. Ronnie, Kleenex. What about, you have other children, right?
Yeah, he's got two biological sisters, and then he's got stepbrothers and sisters.
You know, it's one thing to lose a child unexpectedly, and then today the high costs of funerals, which is through the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you home? You both were home, and you heard this, obviously.
Yes, we did.
And he was still alive when you went out?
Yes, he was still breathing.
Could you tell us about that?
We had hold him until the ambulance showed up about 20 minutes
Oh my
later.
God. And how long? You said the ambulance took, EMS took 20 minutes?
Yeah.
And would you assume that if the ambulance got there quicker, could we make that assumption that maybe the outcome could have been more favorable?
Yes.
Okay. What would you like to say to the person or persons driving right now?
Whoever did this needs to come forward. I mean, it's a daily struggle trying to get through this. And he just needs to turn himself in. I understand that, things happen, but he could have helped himself by stopping, at least staying there till the ambulance came. But he just decided he was just like garbage to him, I guess.
Mm. Do you have some? Do we have some idea on the vehicle? Do we have a possible description?
2000 to 2001 red Dodge Ram. and it may have a snowplow on the front or a hookup. And we heard by two little neighbor boys that there was a salt box on the back.
And am I right? I think because I had seen this on the news, that he has frequented your area before, right? He has been down your street before. People have seen and know about this truck or her, whoever was driving.
Yes.
The police believe that he was frequent the area by the way he left the area.
He knew his way around.
And you had flyers. Did you have flyers?
Yeah, we had a
They had a
bunch.
problem with the date, but that's okay.
Wrong date, wrong year.
That, had you gone down your block and the block after and other blocks with the flyers and knocked on the doors with neighbors and friends and family?
We've gone to gas stations, grocery stores. We post them on the trees, garbage cans. We've handed them out to people.
And I imagine the support on your block
It was great.
is still great.
Great.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
What can we do to help you? Is there anything? Had you had any plans on going back out to the community? Have you been out more than once? And
Yeah, we've been out daily looking for this guy. I mean, we need all the help we can get. I mean, anybody with information.
Can call Crime Stoppers.
1-800-SPEAK UP. Are we assuming that the vehicle sustained some sort of damage?
None.
None.
None. The
Nope.
dumpster would have went underneath the truck. There
It
would
was a
been
dumpster or a garbage.
the dumpster from Detroit.
City
dumpsters.
dumpsters.
Okay.
The black plastic dumpsters they got out front of the houses.
Wow. This is at 1:20 p.m. on March 3rd. What day of the week was that?
It was on a Sunday. 'Cause
If anybody's watching this show, and especially the person or persons that were in this vehicle, you don't realize how much more trouble you're going to be in by having the wrong people find you and having to live with this the rest of your life that you took out. This family is begging you to come out and acknowledge that you took and take responsibility for taking her son away. And Yale's son. We're going to call him Yale's son and Lisa's son. And tell us a little bit about Chris, because I don't think the people know much, and I don't either. He was a jokester, and did he like sports?
He was into skateboarding, riding his bike, and he liked to build Legos with his brothers. He was always getting in trouble with his stepdad because he'd always start fights and try to break his arms and just screwing around.
I'm sure it was all in good
Yes.
discipline.
Yeah.
Yale seems like a pussycat to me. So they took your son away, and I don't have the words within me to express our deepest sorrow for you, and I wish that we could do something. These Crime Stoppers, I really would like to see the community come in and contribute a little bit more money to this, to Chris. We need to bring, we always say closure, but you don't get closure from this. You might get some relief that knowing that the person that took your baby, was he your baby, the
Yeah.
youngest? Your baby. My God. He's so adorable. Bringard is where? What major streets is that near?
Kelly and 8 Mile,
Okay, so Harper Woods, Eastland.
Yep.
You're near Eastland, I think, right?
right across the street. Yes.
And let me ask you this: you don't think anybody saw this?
There was several people that seen it, and nobody got the plate number.
And whatever the police been telling you,
Nothing.
have you had a semi-decent relationship, calling them, returning calls to you, or?
Yes, I have. I've been calling the homicide detective involved in the case, and he has been calling me back almost every time.
So you don't have a precinct. You got homicide downtown at the GM Renaissance, right?
Yes, I do.
Have you been talking to the head of homicide, Dwayne
Yes.
Blackman?
No.
Okay.
Scott Sheets.
Okay, and he's been returning your calls.
Yes.
Okay. Can you think of anything else you'd like to say before we go, Yale or Lisa? Or
I just wish this guy would turn himself in so we can get this over with and
Have some closure. Lock him up before it happens to someone else, because, I mean, a week before, he almost took out the neighbor's car. He got close to him and seen him, and he threatened him that if he did it, he was going to take action for it.
Would you mind, Minister Malik? Is he still here? Okay, I wanted to have my friends say a prayer for you. But our deepest concern and our deepest wish is that love and peace reign over your household, and that this person or persons driving comes forth and takes responsibility for the life that they took. And we wish you the very best, both of you. We appreciate your coming.
Thank you for having us.
And
Thank
it's
you.
our pleasure, and under these circumstances. We have a call? Okay, let's take it. Good evening, you're on the air. How are you?
Yes, good evening.
Hi.
I just want to say we want to keep that family in prayer. But I was sitting there thinking, you would think that the police department, I know it's a lot of Ram trucks that's been sold, but look like they go to the dealerships where they have sold so many of them, and maybe that would be a good start to help track down them. And if somebody got something where they shovel snow and sprinkle or salt and all, they must have a certificate or something like that, or if it's legal or something. So I was thinking that maybe they can start with the dealership and see how many of those things they have sold. I know that's a whole lot of them, but at least a start. Okay, I'm hanging up. We're going to keep that family in prayer.
Thank you very much, and we appreciate that. I would assume whoever this person is, if he had a snowplow, he took it off that day. It makes it much easier to identify, but I would also assume that somebody on your street knows a little more than they're saying. We live in so much fear in this city. That's one of our biggest problems.
Yeah.
Because everybody, unlike this person or persons who drove this truck, when a shooting occurs, they count on the fear in the community. And unlike this person is probably not aware of it. But we love you, even though we don't know you. We're all one humanity here. And we appreciate you. And we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be back with the great Osborne Youth. So stay tuned. We're going to take a quick break. Thank you. It's 9 p.m. on TV 33. Join me, Barry Ross, on Mixing It Up. We'll feature informative community organizations that will offer solutions to Wayne County residents in reference to employment, safety, and security within neighborhoods, job training, education, and mentoring programs. Remember, Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Join me, Barry Ross, Mixing It Up on TV 33.
1,000 men's suits. And right now at Sermons, you can buy one and get two free. Not one suit, but two free. Buy one suit, bring two friends. Buy one suit, bring two relatives. Buy one suit, get two free. Bring your pastor, your boss, your teacher. Buy one suit and get two free. Sermons with 90 years of experience, carrying jeans, exotic skin shoes, sets, shirts, leather, sweaters, everything for the well-dressed man. Buy one suit, get two free. Sermons on Randolph in downtown Detroit.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special bulletin.
Did you know that there are over 100,000 abandoned homes within the city of Detroit? If you are tired of abandoned dangerous houses in your neighborhood, please support the Greater Detroit Restoration Project.
Please make all checks and money orders payable to the Greater Detroit Restoration Project. The mailing address, 17301 Livernois, Suite 405, Detroit, Michigan, 48221.
All donations will help fund the expense of boarding up abandoned homes within the city of Detroit and Highland Park. For more information, contact Barry Ross at 248-417-9696 or Minister Malik Shabazz at 313-646-3375.
You are going to want to check me out first Wednesday of every month. Join me, Barry Ross, remixing it up. It's webtv.com. I'm going to be reporting to you the facts and the truth, the way our society is run in Metro Detroit. 8 p.m., bringing you featured guests in relation to community, education, violence, what's happening on the streets in our town. It's Web TV, Barry Ross, remixing it up. Wednesdays at 8 p.m., the first Wednesday of every month. Remember, remixing it up with Barry Ross on itswebtv.com. Excuse me, but I'm getting older and my memory isn't what it used to be. But today, I had the privilege of attending the Metro Detroit Youth Day, which is going to have over 30,000 youth at Belle Isle this summer on July 17th. But while I was there, I met this adorable little girl. She's only, is she 10 and a half? 10? 11 years old. Her name is Simone Head. And Linda White, an attorney for the welfare rights of children, spoke. She was the keynote speaker today. And I bought this CD from her. And I want everyone to hear this. So right now we're going to hear Simone Head, just a few minutes, bear with us, and then we're going to get into Osborne, the program. So we're going to hear this right now.
A child died on your street last night. What are you gonna do? Just sit there or fight? I said a baby was murdered and his blood still runs. Are you afraid to fight because of some guns? I know it wasn't your child and it sure wasn't mine, but if we all sit here, it's just a matter of time before bullets knock on our front door. Is that what it takes for you to scream no more? Maybe if I shout and get it on the news, you'll throw down the paper and put on some shoes, roll up your sleeves and get to work so another family doesn't feel this hurt. I said a baby was murdered on our watch last night. Don't sit around and talk about it. Pray, get up, and fight.
Protection. Kids can't be ignored. Oh, you might say that we're childish, but what do you expect from children who don't know what's going on? We are children of the world. We like to laugh. We like to play. We are children of the world. Life without kids just ain't the same. We are children of the world. We're big and bold. We'll take a stand. We are children of the world. If we need help, you'll give us a hand. We are children of the world. We are children of the world. We like to laugh. We like to play. We are children of the world. Life without kids just ain't the same. We are children of the world. We're big and bold. We'll take a stand. We are children of the world. If we need help, you'll give us a hand. We are children of the world.
The little girl that's singing this song wrote this, and the poetress was Linda White, and she's sitting here tonight, and I wanted to, in her honor, I wanted to play this, and I'm going to continue to play it. And next week she's coming on the show, the little 11-year-old girl. I had a little girl here that was 6 that ran my show one time. if you remember. Okay, so I have two young men with us now from Osborne High School. You need to get closer to the mic. How are you, young men?
Good, and you?
Okay, thank you. And tell everybody your names.
My name is Gregory Thomas.
I'm Stefan Quixie.
And you guys are in what grade?
I'm a sophomore at Osborne High School.
And I am the senior class president at Osborne Collegiate Academy of Mathematics, Science, and Technology.
Wow, that's great. You guys put together a program for this weekend.
Correct.
Could you let's tell everybody about it. What's it called?
Well, our youth violence prevention team is hosting a student youth violence town hall meeting this Saturday at Osborne High School. And the purpose of this event is to basically bring together students, teachers, and community members, community leaders, bring them all together to address this what's become a very popular and sensitive issue, youth violence. It's something that that has just become so unfortunate in our communities, and so we're all coming together on this particular day in this particular event to address those issues, what's causing youth violence, and offer those realistic solutions that are so badly needed in our communities. So that's the purpose of the event.
Very eloquently put. This is Saturday. What's the date? Saturday, 11th?
Yes, April 11th.
And what time this is at Osborne High School on 7 Mile?
Yes.
I missed a mistake. It's on the 13th.
The 13th?
Yes, sir.
Today is the 9th?
Yes, sir.
See, I told everybody I'm getting old. What time is this starting Saturday?
8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. And what is your involvement in this?
My involvement in this is that I am Osborne Youth Violence Prevention. I'm the vice president of the team.
Mm-hmm.
And it was also Stefan's vision, and it was also my idea.
Okay.
So I thought that we should put one together.
Very good. And before we go any further, we want to acknowledge Andrea Jackson, right?
Yes.
She's here today and you all came with her tonight.
Yes.
Andrea, thank you very much. Andrea's, what does Andrea do at the school? Is she the CEO?
Basically, she really does everything. You know, she puts herself in a whole lot of different positions. I think they're like self-created positions. But you know, she's the adult coordinator of the program, and so she's there to just advise us and assist us when needed. And you know, she's very, very, very supportive and highly active. And so she helped us kind of push this thing. But you know, we definitely are leading it. So.
One of the things that I like about this, it's just become privy to me to find out about it, is that Andrea allows the students to really run and promote and take care of and put this together. So, and that's a big deal today because students so many places do not have a voice. They're just told what to do, when to do it, and where to go. I'd like you to tell everybody, like, what can they expect? It starts at 8 a.m. What are some of the activities? You gotta come up.
Some of the activities that we have is we will start off with a continental breakfast and a registration. And after that, we will have workshops that we will be doing. Some of the workshops will be gangs and peer pressure. Will be community involvement. And there's two more that I wouldn't know offhand. And we also will have a stage play. And we also will have lunch that we will be serving.
By the way, who wrote this play?
Me.
Wow. And what are you trying to achieve? What would you think would be the message to the community and the youth behind this?
The message that I want to send is to get people like myself to stop the violence.
You made an interesting statement. We were talking earlier that that a lot of youth gets confronted by a gang and allows them to believe that this is their family now, that they got their back kind of thing. And you were talking about that you don't have to be in a gang to be what?
A leader.
Okay. And how is that? Could you sort of expound on that? Could you explain that a little bit?
Well, I was always told that never follow someone, be the leader. And the way that I look at it now is that I can see myself doing many things to have someone in a crowd to follow me to see something like a black man like me succeed. I'm gonna just say that. For someone for like me who's really into doing positive things. So basically, I just don't want to see anyone like me fail.
This is great. Let's see. At 8 a.m., well, how's it starting out? What's happening when people arrive, and there'll be all kinds of parking.
Yeah.
There's going to be, I would assume, since it's a youth for violence, there's going to be security. Yeah. Okay. People go into the school, and where do they go?
Well, they're gonna go up to our library, which is located on the second floor. It's in the middle of the hall, so you really can't miss it. And when they arrive, as Greg mentioned, we'll do the registration, obviously, offer some good breakfast, continental breakfast in the beginning, and then as you mentioned, we're gonna have some workshops. We have the play going on, but in addition to that, we're also having a panel, and Greg is actually going to be one of the youth on the panel. And then we just confirmed that you'll be on the panel as well. And I'll actually be the moderator. And the purpose of the panel is, and we have people from all over. We have educators on the panel, community leaders, youth, obviously. And so basically everyone's coming together to talk about how they can contribute to solving youth violence. What are some of the things they can do in their capacities to reduce youth violence and possibly even cure youth violence. And so the purpose of the panel, is very, very critical. And we're going to have the audience there to also give additional input, ask questions, things like that. So this is just an opportunity for everyone to get involved and for everybody to give their input as it relates to how can we solve this issue.
May I ask you maybe a sort of an out-of-the-box kind of question? Address it to either one of you who wants to take it. Do you believe, either one of you, that young black males, maybe even young black ladies, are set up to fail and end up in the penal system? Whoever wants to take that.
Well, I can voice my opinion. No one can set you up to fail. It's if you take that road. So I have decided not to take that road and go down the right path, such as I will go to college. And I would make someone better than myself, and I would make someone proud of me. So I have people who walk with me. I have God who walk with me. So I think I would succeed.
Very good. You mean to tell me you're not a square for doing the right thing?
No.
Okay. So you guys can dare to be different and don't have to follow the gangbangers or the drug dealers if they're around. Yeah. Do you guys find, either one of you, that it's so prevalent all around the neighborhoods and in the neighborhoods where these opportunities to do the wrong thing are always in your face, so to speak, and you're always faced with choices?
Definitely, the opportunity to become involved in negative things, they're always there. But as Greg mentioned, those are not opportunities that we necessarily have to take. And my interpretation is this, and this may just be my personal interpretation, but it seems as of late that being the nerd, being the square, is becoming a little bit more admirable to everyone. And it's becoming more so the best route to take. And so I noticed that, everyone is just looking up to youth leaders such as Greg and myself, and definitely we can have an influence on them. And so that's why we're hosting the student town hall.
Very
and
good.
So it's giving us students the opportunity to say, in addition to what you adults can do, what you all can offer, and we love the support from the adults, but it's also saying support us and giving us what we need to make sure that we can successfully impact our peers as well.
Other young men and young ladies need to see the good that can be done. Don't you agree?
Yes.
Definitely.
There's not enough good. There'll never be enough good. We got to show them that it's possible, and maybe they would want it too. Is there a cost for this? Is this free?
This is absolutely free.
Do I have to pay for the food?
No, you do not have to pay
No?
for food. No.
So a continental breakfast consists of bread, toast, coffee,
Bagels,
orange
juice,
maybe fruit.
Yes, fruit.
Okay. I want to take a quick break, and I'm going to bring the ladies on. Just real quick, in 1 minute each, why don't you guys sum this up, whatever you want to talk about the event or something inspirational. Go ahead.
Something inspirational that I have been doing with Osborne is just really good exposure. such as in the trips that we have going on. And I'm not going to really spill too much about the trips, but it's just a good look.
Okay. Thank you for coming here. And you did great.
Thanks.
Okay. Okay, take it away.
Just in closing, I would just like to invite you all, everyone who's watching, you're welcome to come out to our event. It's at Osborne High School on 7 Mile and Hoover this Saturday. And so just come out. We're definitely looking forward to having the community come out, voicing your opinions, and just offering solutions. And we look forward to working with you all in reducing youth violence.
Oh, my God, you are good. You need to take over my show. We're gonna take a quick call before you guys go, and I'm sure it's directed to you. Ronnie, hello, you're on the air. How are you?
Yeah, good evening. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah, and to the young men, good evening as well. And you know, guys, just keep on doing what you're doing. Earth, Wind, and Fire says, keep your head to the sky, and and follow your intuition. If you get a feeling about something ain't right, just walk the other way. But I commend and I applaud you for what you're doing. And the thing is, there are more of you guys, and I'm using that word to include girls up under there too. There are more of you all who are doing what you're doing than those who are doing not what you're doing. But like I say, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. And, and Tom Brokaw said, as far as news goes, if it bleeds, it leads. And you all are to be commended for what you're doing and keep on doing what you're doing. When you go to college, hopefully there'll be some jobs and things here in the city for you. Please come back home, because you know what? You guys are the future, and you guys are going to be the ones that's going to keep this city going.
Thank you very much for your call. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to have the other half come on, and we'll be right back. Stay for. Okay.
The following program does not reflect the views and opinions of Channel 33, its management, or sponsors. You're watching Power Talk on your community TV station, UHF TV 33, Detroit, Highland Park.
Welcome to Metro Foodland, where you'll always find courteous service. Our hardworking staff always gives their all to maintain our dairy fresh and wholesome products, cold cuts, premium meats, and of course, we have some of the freshest produce around. Check out our deli and bistro. We also carry specialty items such as Tanisha Noni, Water Station alkaline water, and much, much more. If we don't have it, just ask, and we'll do our best to get it. Remember to ask how to join our Healthy Rewards Club. Seniors and ladies, always ask for an escort to your vehicle. We'll see you soon at Detroit's own community grocer, Metro Foodland, located at 18551 Grand River. That's 18551 Grand River, near Finkel and the Southfield Freeway. Remember, that's Metro Foodland.
We're back live on Mixing It Up. Right now, this is in continuance of the Osborne, their town hall meeting this Saturday, and I begrudgingly, there's no way I could have done this segment without having these beautiful ladies that attend Osborne that are involved in Youth for Violence. Look at their smiles, and you have something else. First of all, I want you both to tell your name. I know you're Ranisha.
Ranisha Bannerman. I'm from Osborne Collegiate Academy of Math, Science, and Technology.
What does that mean? What is that? Is that a specific curriculum?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to find out more
That's
about
our specific field that we practice in our school.
Okay. And your name?
My name is Yasmin Roberts. I'm a junior at the Collegiate Academy of Mathematics, Science, and Technology, and also the president of the Youth Violence Prevention Team.
And you look like Moesha a little bit. I know you've heard that.
Yeah.
See that? So tell everybody you attend Osborne and you're great students, and tell them what you got going on. You have a different part of this, right?
Well, yes.
This trip thing.
Yes. Well, at Osborne MS&T, We attend many college tours. We have actually been to Washington, D.C. for the presidential inauguration
Wow.
in January. We went to Texas to visit Paul Quinn College, and on the 24th of April, we are going to Atlanta to visit Spelman and Morehouse and Clark Atlanta.
Well, now, who's funding this? Do you know? Is it Andrea?
Yes, Andrea. Yeah.
Grants.
We get grants.
Okay. Okay, so Renisha, what's going on? What you got?
I really just want to say this is an amazing experience. So many youth in my community, all you know is the 7 Mile and Hoover community. And I think that this would be an amazing opportunity if just to experience this, because a lot of people never even been out of Detroit.
Or off their block.
Or off their block. So I think it's really amazing just to give them an opportunity to go out of state, to experience campus life, to know what it's like to really be a college student is really amazing to me.
But they don't have that opportunity unless they go to Osborne. They got these grants coming, and a lot of schools don't have the care. Is Osborne now, it's an EAA school?
No, it is not.
Thank God. We don't want an EAA.
It's a self-governed school.
Okay. We have to thank Andrea for bringing this to you guys. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Andrea?
And our principal, Tanya Bowman, as well. We have to give her.
What's the principal's name?
Tanya Bowman. She's
Okay.
amazing as well.
I can't wait to meet her. I'm sure she'll be there Saturday.
Yes, she will.
Now, so you wanted to talk about experiencing these other campuses and what have you. What else do you have to add about the event Saturday? Are you participating, either one of you, in some capacity with glasses on?
Well, actually, I am performing a spoken word, and I
Wow.
am the motivational speaker during lunch. So that's
How long is this poem?
Well, the poem is it's about like 5 stanzas, maybe.
Could you like to recite a couple of them real quick, or no?
Yeah.
You know them by heart, I know.
I do.
You want to
okay.
think about it for a minute?
I mean, I can go.
I want to hear it.
Love's lost and lost loves. Afraid to let my brothers go out and play because of what might happen to him. Sunny days to pick up games is a danger to him. And it hurts my heart not being able to let him mingle with the young boys in our hood because what's up and what's good can be translated into fighting words. I am scared. I'm not going to say all of it, but you know, that's just the...
One more stanza.
One more, okay. I am scared. The children of my generation has no one to look up to besides Kanye and Kim K. No, that ain't it. I need help.
Okay.
Where are the Obamas and Coretta Scotts in our community? The children of my generation has no one to look up to besides Kanye and Kim K. I don't want my brother to think he has to rap to be a star, or my sister to think she has to reveal herself to buy a car.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
One more question, and I just want to ask you: do you have to wear designer clothes to belong? Do you have to wear a designer blouse with the same skirt of the same company to belong?
Absolutely not. In my school, we have a uniform. You know, the girls wear pink. Well, the boys can wear pink if they choose to, in blue. That's our uniform colors. And at our school, we have a freedom of expression in our uniform. It doesn't have to be designer. We accept everybody, and you know, it's like a family at Osborne. That's why everybody should try to enroll in there come in fall, you know.
All right. Okay. I like that. What else do you have to say, Renisha? We got a couple minutes.
I just wanted to speak upon if anybody wants to give any donations so that other youth can attend this Atlanta trip. We're taking donations. And just a little side note, Osborne has 3 schools involved in it. So if you were to donate, you could write the check to Osborne Collegiate of Mathematics and Science and Technology. So.
You need to say that again. And if they can't attend, we need the mailing address. It sounds like you don't have it.
11600 East 7 Mile.
Okay. Give them the full name again if they want to donate to Osborne's programs, right?
The Osborne Collegiate Academy of Mathematics, Science, and Technology.
Okay. And the address?
11600 East 7 Mile.
Okay. I want each one of you to take a minute, just like the young men, close it out, talk about anything you want in relation to this or your trip. Or.
Well, okay. While we were at the presidential inauguration, we were invited to Atlanta to be honored the Youth of the Year award. So that's a big part of why we're going to Atlanta, because you know we're gonna get the Youth of the Year award. Me, myself, and the other 2 guys that you've seen previously.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of schools don't get to cross state lines, and I feel like that's a very important part of education to know what is else out there. Even though Detroit is on the uprising, I think that, you know, seeing other possibilities is great for the youth.
Wow, that's wonderful. You're a little. You seem like an old soul. You're very wise. You have to. Both of you, all of you, must come from a very good family. You have very good values. Could you close this out and take it wherever you like, and then we're going to take a call? Okay.
I just wanted to speak upon the Washington inauguration trip. It really impacted my life, and I'm really blessed to be attending Osborne, because I don't know where I would be right now if I hadn't come to that school. And I never had so much drive, so much motivation to do something ever. And when I came from the Washington trip, I just want to come back to Detroit and implement everything that I have learned, just to show people that we can actually be somebody. We can do something if we just believe in ourselves. So I just really want to just take on that note that we all, you know, we have to come together as a whole in order to make an impact. So that's how I really feel about life as a whole right now. That's my perspective.
You two are wonderful. Ronnie, we have a call. We're going to take a quick call. Well, we're going to take one, and then we have to get... Good evening. You're on the air.
Hey, Bill. How you feeling today?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. Just a compliment, man, for them students on there tonight, man. They did a wonderful job. And then a quick question. Is them college trips only for Osborne students, or do they welcome all involved from the community that can afford to go?
Well, our college trips are especially for Osborne students, but we do have open enrollment starting in the fall, so, you know.
They want you to go there.
Yeah.
These programs, I'm sure, are available, but since they go to Osborne, they're obviously going to talk about Osborne.
We have a great college advisor.
Go MST.
Andrea, other schools can get on board with this, I guess, if there's monies available. It's an Osborne trip. That answer your question?
That answers it.
All right, thank you. We're going to take one more call. We're going to take... Gone? All right, we're taking one more call. Caller, could you make your call sort of fast, please? We have to end this segment. Hello? Good evening. Okay, the caller is gone. I want to thank you both.
Thank
You're
you.
so sweet, and I'm so proud. We are all proud of you, because you know how many children in this city... You watch the news.
Yes.
Even the children know that most of the education is inadequate. When the children start protesting against the lack of quality education, and for you guys to be, I'm very proud of Osborne. I think it's a great school, and our hats off to the administration at Osborne. And we'll be there Saturday, and we expect you all to be at Osborne. What's the address again on 7 Mile?
11600 East 7 Mile.
8 a.m. this Saturday, the 13th. Stay here for a second. We're going to go into a break, and then we're going to have our next guest, Miss Erica Maria, whatever. Maria. We'll be right back.
The following program does not reflect the views and opinions of Channel 33, its management, or sponsors. You're watching Power Talk on your community TV station, UHF TV 33, Detroit, Highland Park.
Welcome to Metro Foodland, where you will always find courteous service. Our hardworking staff always gives their all to maintain our dairy fresh and wholesome products, cold cuts, premium meats, and of course, we have some of the freshest produce around. Check out our deli and bistro. We also carry specialty items such as Tanisha Noni, Water Station alkaline water, and much, much more. If we don't have it, just ask, and we'll do our best to get it. Remember to ask how to join our Healthy Rewards Club. Seniors and ladies, always ask for an escort to your vehicle. We'll see you soon at Detroit's own community grocer, Metro Foodland, located at 18551 Grand River. That's 18551 Grand River, near Finkel and the Southfield Freeway. Remember, that's Metro Foodland.
Tuesdays, 9 p.m. on TV 33. Join me, Barry Ross, on Mixing It Up. We'll feature informative community organizations, that will offer solutions to Wayne County residents in reference to employment, safety, and security within neighborhoods, job training, education, and mentoring programs. Remember, Tuesdays, 9 p.m., join me, Barry Ross, mixing it up on TV 33. All right, we're back live. I have to tell you, every now and then I get so inspired by my guests. That's what makes it all really worthwhile. That's why I have the show. And that's about to happen to me again. I have with me, new to our show, is Erica Maria, correct? Maria. Thank you for coming, by the way. Tell everybody, let's talk about your organizations, really. Yeah. Is Supreme, it's all under the umbrella, Supreme Transitions?
No, two
okay.
completely separate entities.
Okay, I'm ignorant in this regard, so let's hear it.
Well, the first is Supreme Transitions, that was founded in 2011, and that is community resource base for all people in the community of Detroit who are underprivileged, who need to become totally self-sufficient in the areas of employment, continued education, affordable housing, mental health services, and transportation.
Okay, can we take a couple steps at a time?
Mm-hmm.
When you say employment,
mm-hmm.
could you expound on that?
Well, the employment piece, what we do as a whole is give leads and referrals. But with the employment piece, we have a Dress for Success closet. We also help people restructure their resumes and give them interviewing skills.
Okay. What about, do you actually have the ability to find people jobs, or how does that work?
Now with that, we have a database with every area in Supreme Transitions. There's a database of different leads and referrals and people that we have connections with, such as like the Kimberly Group. And what she does is she has the connections to get people hired into different positions in different companies. I don't do that. I send them to her after helping them restructure their resume and things like that.
When people hear about jobs, their ears perk up. I'm just wondering what we have going on here in so many different. We have all kinds of new business going on downtown, and the neighborhoods are just falling to the ground. We also have, I'm going to discuss this with you, we have a lot of men and women that had blue-collar jobs for years in plants or what have you, working machinery, and now they're faced with a world of technology. And if jobs even become available in some of these areas, they're living in fear. I know when I was 50 years old when I got my first computer, I talked to people. You know how many people have a smartphone and they don't even know how to put their contacts in their phones? So I'm just wondering, what kind of ability do some of these companies have to actually put them into the job force, the workforce?
Yeah. Well,
It's
basically, you don't put someone where they don't fit. If they don't have the training for that particular job, I wouldn't give them that lead or referral.
Okay.
And
Good.
I do get some people who work for different workforce development programs that email me different job leads, and if I know of someone that's a good fit for that, or a different organization that may have candidates for it, then I'll forward that to them. But anybody who may be calling for help, I can't give them all of those leads if they're not if they're not qualified.
If you would be kind enough, if you find out that there are jobs available through Work First or what have you, could you let us know?
Oh, yeah.
So I can post them?
Well, I post them on Facebook almost every day, and Twitter on both sites.
We have the official Detroit Empowerment Movement, an umbrella where all government meetings, civic meetings, trash dumping, violence, all under one place. I find that we are also scattered all over. You know what I'm saying? This organization's over
That's
here.
true.
We need to somehow find a way where we can all
Work together.
Yeah, and you
as
got a million
coalition.
resources
Yeah.
going on. We need to get them to our people that need help too, if we could figure out a way. But okay, so this is very admirable. So let's move on. I stopped you. Thank you. All right, going past the employment and the training,
Mm-hmm.
you have many other
Yes.
programs.
Mhm. Well, some of the other things that we do in that same idea of leads and referrals, we do, one of our board members, he has a transportation service where he gives discounted rates for some of our clients who may need to get to work, school, drop their children off to daycare, because the goal is to get people on every gamut of that circle what they need when it comes to becoming totally self-sufficient. So with each area, you know, it's different leads and referrals to different organizations that can help them at no cost or minimal cost.
And this is just one transportation person?
Well, he's one, but we have
You
a
have several?
few people who are constantly emailing, texting, Facebook, and say, "Hey, Eric, I want to donate my time and my service to what you're doing."
Okay, we can use that to get that out as
Mhm.
well. Because, listen, my scenario, the school just closed in my neighborhood.
Right.
Not only do I not know where my daughter or son is going to go to school, but I don't drive anymore, and I need to figure out how to get my my daughter and my son to these other areas. And a lot of teenagers wait for the buses, and have problems.
Mhm.
There have been many incidences, I don't know if you're aware of it, where they were attacking, beating up young people waiting for buses.
I seen it today, actually, with one of my family members.
That's what I'm saying, so it's not safe. There was a couple years ago in 7 Mile Gratiot, there were 7 women that were raped waiting for buses. Now, they caught the guy,
Mhm.
but there's so much going on. So
I remember that.
Yeah. Okay, so
Now that's something else that I'm extremely passionate about is helping women, you know, get to a different place of empowerment to become who God has predestined them to be. God is a big part of my life, so that's a lot of the driving force in how I develop my for-profit company,
you
First
grew up
Lady
in
Motivations.
a heavy spiritual base.
I
Or
did
you-
not.
Or you found your way through.
I will say that my grandmother was heavily connected to a neighborhood church, and I wasn't really forced or directed to church. I went because I wanted to go. I was curious because my grandma, she forced her foster children to go, but she didn't force her grandkids to go.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, why they gotta go? You know, I want to go. And they were always talking about how much fun they had. So I decided I wanted to check it out, and Jesus caught me. He grabbed a hold.
Yeah, you're shining.
Thank you.
Okay, so just take it away. I don't think I need to interrogate you. Let's talk about the organization and if we can. We have a call.
Oh,
You
great.
feel like taking a call?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
You address them. Go ahead.
Hey, how are you?
Caller.
Hi, Barry. This is Rabbi Dorit.
Rabbi Dorit, how are you?
I hear you're talking to another spiritual woman there.
Yes.
Very, very wonderful. I don't know you, but I hope that someday I get to meet you because just hearing your last couple of words were very inspiring. I am calling to talk about very quickly a wonderful event that's an interfaith get-together this coming Sunday from 4 to 6 o'clock. It's sponsored by the Women's Interfaith group called Wisdom and my Detroit Interfaith Outreach Network group. From 4 to 6 o'clock, it's going to be all about how bread has a spiritual significance in our different faiths and cultural traditions. It's called Holy Bread, and it's going to be at the St. John Episcopal Church, which is on the corner of 11 Mile and Woodward in Royal Oak. And it's open to everybody.
And Erica can help get some of these women there. This is open to women and men, correct?
Of course.
So this is a fundraiser?
No, it's just a social get-together. There is going to be, the woman who's speaking is going to be selling her book, which is all about holy bread. And there'll be bread tasting from many different traditions.
I don't eat bread.
So we get to talk about how we can feed and help each other, both with the real stuff and the spiritual stuff.
Thank you. I just want to tell those that aren't aware, this is Rabbi Dorit. She just got back from Israel for 3 weeks. This rabbi is a considerable community liaison to the Jewish faith. She is outspoken and has been out with the Nation of Islam. She has spoken out against all acts of violence, and you might see her speaking on the dais at the Renaissance Center with Rasul Muhammad from the Nation, Pastor Ovella. She speaks all over. She is my true connection to Judaism, and I am Jewish, and I have, thank God I have met you. She spoke last year at the Sikh temple in Novi. 5 Sikhs were massacred. What was it, Wisconsin, Rabbi? She's gone. But we love her. This Sunday at the church on 11 Mile in Woodward, bread tasting, bizarre, unusual event.
Yeah.
I wish them a very, very successful event. Erica, let's continue on. Where were we?
I'm not sure. We were getting into my other company, First Lady Motivations.
Oh, yes.
That is the LLC umbrella company that houses other things that I actually do to earn wages.
Oh, you're getting paid?
No. Not yet.
Okay.
However,
join the club. I've been out here 3 years.
All right.
I'm running in serious blood red.
That's the only way.
The ink's about to run out. I'm so dry.
No, it won't.
Oh,
it
yeah,
won't
I'm telling you. Let's talk about these women. And I originally, when I heard about it, I figured, well, abused women, battered women, but it's tell everybody what you're offering. Are these in facilities or training, mentoring? I'm guessing.
Well, First Lady Motivations actually funds initiatives for other nonprofit organizations such as SAFE, Sarah's House, Positive Sisters, and these different organizations help women in transition from domestic violence, homelessness. I've been through all of these things, low self-esteem, depression.
What do you mean you've been through these things?
I've
been on the other side?
I have.
Welcome
I actually
to the club.
have. I have. I was actually, well, my mother passed away when I was 16. I became a mother when I was 17. And
how is your child?
My oldest daughter now is 12. My youngest daughter, how old is she? 5. She's 5. But
so you found yourself a single mother at 17.
Yes, and homeless.
And homeless. And wow, that's another story.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually, when I was listening to the youth that were just on, they go to Osborne. I went to Pershing. And so, but I'm not from that side of town. I'm actually from the west side. So it was kind of hard, catching the bus to school. I had family who worked at the school who actually helped out a lot.
Did you finish?
I did. I graduated early, actually. I finished in January of 2011.
You had your baby.
I had her in February. I finished in January, and I had her in February.
Uh-huh.
And then I just went to work until it was time to graduate.
Oh, my God. And you had a mother and father in the house with you?
No, my mom had passed when I was 16.
Passed. And your
my dad wasn't around. They were divorced before my mom passed away. And he tried to help immediately after my mom passed, but he was going through some transitions of his own.
So who took you in? Or you took yourself in?
No, I stayed with my mom's mom for a little while.
Grandma.
Yeah, just for a little while, and then I moved out and moved in with a classmate.
Is she still alive, your grandmother?
She is. My daughters are with her now.
Let's say hello to your mother.
Hey, Granny. That's Granny Frank.
She must be one heck of a woman to be able to pull you through this. So what would you say turned you around, so to speak, or inspired you, or lit the fire under you? Because so many young ladies in that situation
don't make it.
Man, you got it.
I've been through a lot of things, but the thing that really drove me to succeed was remembering my mom and knowing the lifestyle that we had before she passed away, and the goals that she had for me and my sister before she passed away. And because I had this daughter and a lot of people in my family and some of my friends, I'm very competitive. So if you tell me what I can't do,
I hear you.
I'm going to make sure that I get it done to the best of my ability and beyond. And so I had a lot of challenges. I was spoiled. So
Boy, so many people couldn't admit that.
yeah, I was spoiled. I had a little bit of a bad attitude, and my life was hard because of decisions that I made. And I just fought. I just really fought. I mean, anything that I didn't see working in my favor, I bucked the system. I went against it. It was a lot of lonely nights, sleeping in basements in my car, shelters, just walking some nights, praying that I would be okay. Some of my mom's friends, her closest friends, before she had passed away, would keep my daughter, but I couldn't stay. So, so it was just a lot. It was a struggle to get some level of, and that's what really motivated me to start my nonprofit. And those key areas were things that I needed help, and I had the hardest time fitting into programs and fitting into transitional housing units. It was, oh, you got a high school diploma? You don't fit. Oh, you don't have your degree yet? Oh, you don't fit. Oh, you're 18 already? You know, it was always something that I just couldn't get the help that I needed.
You know what to do
Yeah.
for young ladies and
For
women.
people, because not only, and I had this discussion with someone else, it's not just women. There are some single fathers who go through a lot of issues as well, and that's what we have with the Recovery Transition Program, where we help men who have full custody of their child to get the necessary resources that they need to become self-sufficient and get jobs so that they can take care of their children. And the ultimate goal is to get off of welfare and have a job. You know what I mean? Not have it as a crutch, but just kind of a stepping stool to get to where you ultimately
It's
want to
hard.
be.
So many welfare has been cut to the bone.
Oh, yeah.
It's a whole. They cut off 40,000 mothers in the state of Michigan.
I know some of them.
Okay. So many have been generational in the system that even if you threw something at them, they don't necessarily know how to want to take it.
And that's real.
Do you have an office?
I had an office. I'm actually seeking a new office.
Well, so my question is, you got a lot going on here. How do you facilitate? You do all this out of your house?
And my vehicle.
Wow. It's amazing.
Yep, I pretty much live in my car, and the only time I clean it out is when I have visitors who ride with me.
Do you know Saba?
No.
Saba is, I call her the Black Mother Teresa. She works for a foundation that lobbies for the rights of children in the foster care system that have been displaced, that are homeless, living in abandoned buildings. She literally herself will go into an abandoned house or home and take care of a child and get them placed.
Yeah.
Go to court, get them the right attorneys or what have you.
That's
Kids
awesome.
have just been kicked, banged back and forth from, so many people in the foster care industry, so to speak, take advantage of the kids, sexually abuse them,
Yes.
just collecting a check to collect a check. A lot of the kids don't eat, don't go to school. I think she said there's over 5,000 homeless children in the city. I can't remember, it was 5 or 15. But I'll have to introduce, she's an amazing woman.
Yeah, you have to introduce me. It just does something to me to think about not just the women but the children. You know what I mean? And to have my daughter at the time when I was homeless and kind of bouncing around. Before we got to Peggy's Place, we went to COTS. And
What's
to
Peggy's Place?
Peggy's Place
Sorry
is an extension of COTS.
Oh.
And it's just for women and children, and you pay a portion of your income, and you have a dorm-style dwelling.
If you have no income.
If you have no income, then they adjust it, based on that. But
You are proof positive of what I always say, that nobody, under any circumstances in the city of Detroit, has to go without shelter or
Amen.
Food. Isn't that correct?
It's very true.
That there is help for you
There is help
somewhere.
somewhere.
Although some, due to mental problems, what have you, mental instability, cannot accept help.
The thing to me is, even if you have mental issues, there's help for that. from what I understand about myself and other women that I mentor and talk to, is they have this idea of where they are, and it's not realistic. And so you have to do some self...
Well, excuse me, when you say where they are, you mean mentally or...
Period, in this world, in Detroit, in my lifestyle, and who I am and who I think I am. And they're not that. And I had to deal with that at a point when I finished with my